X-Men 97, Season 1, Episode 10 Thoughts. This episode is called Tolerance is Extinction, Part 3. So, spoilers for this entire season of the show, the entire original, 90s X-Men show that it's a sequel to. Honestly, I'm probably going to spoil some Fox X-Men movies and some MCU stuff, so, yeah. Another episode I love. This episode is rated TV-14 for a good reason. Yeah, let's dive right in. So in no particular order, this was a fantastic finale. This, like, holy crap. Okay, so yeah, the episode opens with this, like, at first appears to be, is this like a memory? But no, it turns out it is, that is, I suppose it's using a memory. It is, Xavier trying to he's inside Magneto's mind. Let's see. I thought they had some really great things in there. Magneto saying something along the lines of, my parents died using reason while others used tanks, and yeah, this thing of if all that is in his mind is pain, his mind will shatter. It is extremely important that we do fight Nazis, but it is also important that we not let that consume us. And honestly, let's briefly talk about the cameos. I can't help but notice that a bunch of them are, like, MCU, and like, not quite canon, but were sort of supposed to be MCU. Spider-Man, and although this, it's not all of them, and I don't think that it's supposed to be set in the MCU, because this Peter Parker appears to be with Mary Jane, so that seems more like, I hear that's, because there was this 90s Spider-Man show, and I believe that, classic Mary Jane, not Michelle Jones, was in that. So, I do not think that it's that we're supposed to take that this is, now this show is technically canon with the MCU, or not the same universe, another part of the multiverse, I think. And part of that is that this is still set in 97, where the original show, was set when it aired, and this show, because they've said stuff that's like, okay, no, this legit is still the year 1997, and one of the cameos we see is Doctor Strange performing surgery in the full, wizard garb, which in the MCU he was not, is that supposed to be around 2016? That was when the movie came out. I'm not sure. Certainly it was 1997, so yeah, for sure. But yeah, other than Doctor Strange, we have Daredevil, who's, coming back, getting another live-action show. We have Cloak and Dagger, which I recently started watching. Hope to be able to resume watching soon, when my physical pain is somewhat more under control. Let's see. We have the... who else was... Captain America, we all already saw, but also Iron Man. And we have T'Chaka as the Black Panther. So yeah, there's a lot. I don't think that they're saying it's MCU. I've said that like 3 times already. What I'm trying to get at is, what I keep forgetting to mention is, I am excited because this does seem to... I can imagine, I've heard some rumors about spin-offs. I could easily see how you could tell some stories with these characters in this continuity, now that we know that they're there. And let's see. And yeah, I will acknowledge some of them are absolutely not MCU. the children of Magneto, you know, yeah, two of them. What I mean is Polaris hasn't appeared in, and you know, so far, you know, in the Fox X-Men movies, sure, Quicksilver is Magneto's son, but not the other. Anyway, yeah, amazing action. I really loved them all using their powers, you know, yeah, using their powers together against Bastion, against the and yeah, to stop the asteroid from crashing. I appreciate the weight given to the decision to use the Magneto protocol, and the fact that Steve Rogers argues against it, perhaps somewhat swayed by Rogue. And I think that might more or less, let's see, there was definitely something else that I wanted to say. I'm not 100% certain how I feel about, like, Mr. Sinister's defeat. On the one hand, I do like this thing of he has been taking from others to make himself strong, and now someone takes all that from him. You know, I do quite appreciate that, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, the rich and powerful should be left like a quivering mess, but yeah, the things that they've taken from the rest of us should be, you know, if you took it, just give it back. And, you know, one thing I don't love is this thing of, like, you know, oh, you know, look how old and ugly he is, and it's like, can we just not, can we please retire that trope of, like, you know, when someone is weak, they also look ugly. Because I agree with making him weak. He's been powerful, he's abused his power. That means you know, others take his power away. That is fair, that is just. But this thing of, you know, equating outer, you know, outer beauty to goodness and outer ugliness to inner evil, you know, he was already, you know, evil looking. I don't think we have to also make, you know, with this like gnarled face and yeah. I do appreciate Morph getting, you know, looks the same to me, you know. You always look pretty bad to me. I don't know what to tell you, you know. I really like Morph. I platonically love Morph. Just, yeah, really glad that the yeah. So I don't think I'm the right person to talk about, and I don't feel comfortable saying the word. So let's go with Q word baiting, or is gay baiting a term? Anyway, I did recently rewatch all of Alexander Avila, formerly Are They Gays, old videos, and anything that wasn't a live stream. And, you know, he did do a video on talking about specifically Charlie. It was the live action movies, the Fox X-Men movies, but yeah. And I will say I thought he made a really good case. I did not see all that stuff as suggesting, you know, gay or bi or pan, but I totally see what he means, and I definitely feel like there's some of that going on in this episode. I'm not the right person to say if it's like, you know, is it enough? I certainly don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, not being straight, for sure, but I leave it to the LGBTQ plus commentators to talk about if it's, you know, if they're like being, you know, obviously it's not right to take advantage of the community and their desire for positive representation. I can't help but notice, you know, still on that topic, I can't help but notice that, you know, Morph is trying to help, you know, Wolverine heal, and Morph specifically, like, they specifically, you know, this is not the first time they've taken the form of Jean Grey to talk to Wolverine on this very show, but they specifically say, Logan, I love you, which I can't help but wonder if that's just what they think that's what Wolverine needs to hear from Jean, or if that's like a way for Morph to confess to Wolverine that they love Wolverine. You know, yeah. Let's see. I really appreciated Rogue getting to you know, I've heard some people say, oh, she was kind of knocked out for a little longer than I thought it was going to be. She's back. You know, knocking knocking Bastion away, and this thing of, you know, what was it? Luck is in the card or something. You know, she said something that Remy definitely would have said. You know, his name was Remy. Remember, you know, that was really awesome. Yeah, just so many great character moments, and really, really excited to see it. It's gonna be very, very difficult to wait for season 2. I'm really, really excited to see. You know, I love that little thing of, you know, Bishop walking in, you know, and Forge is like, you know, you're walking in here like we're friends. What's the, you know, and yeah, so, yep, well, we're gonna be, and, you know, oh, it's not where are the X-Men, it's when, you know. And the moment that I saw, you know, oh, Egypt 3008 BC, yeah, I think yeah. The moment that I saw that, I was like, oh, so, you know, Apocalypse. I appreciate that they didn't take forever to get. It would have been so silly if they, like, ended without revealing, you know, Ensabanur, which, you know, it's. Yeah, I suppose there's maybe some people watching who don't remember that's Apocalypse, you know, but yeah, it would have been silly if the cliffhanger it ended on was, you know, what is the significance of Egypt 3000 AD to X-Men, you know. Yeah, it's obviously, and I really appreciate that, you know. He's one of my favorite characters, so yeah, really great to, it's going to be great to see more of him. I have to admit, I know absolutely nothing about the like, there's so much in these two shows, that, you know, this and the original 90s one, that's, you know, comic based. I do not know anything about, what was it, Lady, what was her name? Mother Ascani. I have absolutely no clue about. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more. And it's cool, you know, Gates McFadden, cool. I haven't see anything with her, you know. Just gonna double check to make sure I don't put my foot in my mouth, but I do think I know who. Yes, Star Trek Next Gen, or the Next Generation for the uninitiated. Beverly Crusher, yeah. Yeah, you know, gonna be cool to see something with her again. Let's see. Right, I did think it was very sweet, the goodbye to Nathan, you know. That was also, holy crap, that was brutal, like ripping his arm off and smacking him with it. Which, like, yeah, you know, I already thought it was kind of brutal when Bucky got his arm shot off in Civil War, but this is like, because you could tell Nathan felt every single second of the arm being ripped off like that. And right, I like. Well, the Greeks did love horses. Yeah, they were a bunch of horse girls, weren't they? And, you know, yeah, the Battle of Troy, the Trojan horse is what it's going. You know, that was really clever. And yeah, you know, this is not the first time we've seen Hank use someone's technology against themselves. So there's, you know, it's set up and payoff. I feel like there's at least one more thing. Right, really liked Roberto embracing his identity and, you know, going by Sunspot as he does in the comics. Very, very cool when Cyclops, like, fully opens up and, like, massive blast, you know. I do know from playing X-Men Mutant Academy 1, that attack is not something he can do, like, all the time, but it is extremely powerful. Unless the other character manages to block it. Which I still feel like, how do you block something that big, that powerful? Anyway. And let's see. Right, I liked Forge being kind of protective of Storm, like you leave her alone. You know, that was a kind of sweet moment. And let's see right, yeah, I like a couple of things of like, you know, we're not, you know, Cyclops is not going to let Bastion die, you know, despite what he's done, and that thing of, you know, Magneto saying the wait, what was the no, yeah, Xavier saying he's not going to just let Magneto's mind crumble. You know, it's that thing of, you know, then we're no better than them kind of thing. And it's completely in character for Xavier. And yeah, it's showing, you know, Scott has, like, he's embracing Xavier's values there. I think. Oh right, I kind of like there's that thing about, you know, like one of the things with Wolverine is the thing, you know, I'm the best at what I do, but what I do best isn't very nice. You know, talking about the brutal violence that so far we haven't seen that much of in you know, the movies tend to hold back a bit. I'm hoping that, you know, certainly looks like Deadpool and Wolverine is going to go for some really brutal violence with him, like Logan also did. But yeah, in this it says, you know, come on, Logan, do what you do best, heal. I really like that kind of, because that is, you know, a major theme with Wolverine is this thing of, you know, is he an animal? Something that, you know, I'm rewatching the X-Men movies, you know, leading up to Deadpool, Wolverine. I forgot, like, holy crap, X-Men Origins Wolverine, it like almost gets there. It really, like, it brings up whether or not he's an animal, and there's these moments where he makes decisions, but it just doesn't quite land it. I really wish that movie was better, but, you know, the Wolverine and especially Logan, much better, and yeah, do a really good job at this thing of, you know, can he contribute to the rest of the world in any way other than hurting people, you know. And yeah, this thing of, because that's the, you know, Wolverine wouldn't phrase it like that, but yeah, technically one of the things he does best is heal, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a positive thing, you know. So yeah, really love that. You know, if Wolverine had heard him, he would have been like, shut up, that's not true, you know. But yeah, that's yeah, because when you think about it, Wolverine has come back from really terrible things. Speaking of coming back, loved seeing the Phoenix again. I really love, like, they really did animate it as if this is a creature made up of, like, fire. Like, her eyebrows, you know, are like moving like fire, and the wings and the whole thing, just, yeah, beautifully done. The model that you know, the stuff they did with Phoenix in the original '90s show was also quite good, but this is at least slightly, you know, somewhat better animation quality, you know, budget, yeah. Let's see. I feel like there was one more thing. Right, it was really cool that Nathan is there in the far off future. You know, really, yeah. That's I I'm really looking forward to finding out what's the deal with that, because wow, unless he's like flipped the switch and started Benjamin buttoning like nobody's business. Yeah, like, I mean, I guess it could be like his great etc. grandson, but yeah. Let's see. I feel like there was one more thing that I wanted to say. Maybe. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. I mentioned earlier Polaris not being. Wait, did I say MCU or not? Anyway, because Polaris is on The Gifted, I believe. So, yeah, that's another you know, it's not like a one-to-one. They didn't take every single character that, you know, because some of the stuff is happening in New York, but, you know, where's, you know, Luke Cage. I wouldn't rule out Jessica Jones might just be nursing a hangover or something, but Luke Cage would be out there helping to you know, yeah. You know, let's see. Obviously, he doesn't live in the exact same place as Daredevil, but, you know, I'm not entirely sure if Cloak and Dagger do. I feel like we saw multiple different parts of New York. Certainly, yeah, because Daredevil, you know, lives in Clinton, whereas Spider-Man lives in Queens. So unless he was visiting, then yeah. Yeah, that I believe is everything. Really, really glad that this show exists and is getting more seasons. That is definitely something I will say. They felt fairly confident on this episode that they were going to get at least one more season, because this is really, like, this kind of cliffhanger, like, holy crap. But yeah, you know, another season, or I guess possibly like some spin-off thing, like, you know, X-Men in the future, X-Men in the past, or something. But yeah, for sure they're intending to follow up. Oh, right. Yeah, after Rogue hits Bastion, and, you know, like, she's flying, there's this one shot where her posterior is, you know, prominent in the frame. Was that to, like, shut up those losers who freaked out because they compared, like, one really favorable still from the, you know, 90s animated show and one somewhat unfavorable still from this show, where they're talking about, oh, you know, where's her butt? And it's just like, you know, that's been debunked. I don't feel the need to waste any more time trying to address what those ridiculous people have been saying. But I don't know. It just felt kind of gratuitous to me. I don't know. You know, maybe they were like trying to troll them. Like, no, see, it's you know, the angle and the situation is what, you know, that I do approve of.